Hi everybody, my name is Reen Kasalker and I'm going to be your instructor for MIS 310, and I just wanted to take a few minutes to walk you through the course syllabus and give you an idea of my expectations for this course. And so let's just jump right in. First of all, as I mentioned, my name is Reen Kasalker. I am a IT professional. So the things you're going to be reading out about in the course and in the textbook, I've been doing for the past 20 years. I currently work as an IT manager for Hennepin County, and I work in the resident real estate division, where I am responsible for the election system and the property tax system. I have 30 IT professionals working for me. They range anywhere from project managers to business analysts, to developers, to data analysts, and also system and network administrators. So as we work through the course, most of the roles, the IT roles that you're going to read about and start to learn about, I've either done those roles or I manage people who are in those roles. So I'm very familiar with the roles. And as I mentioned, I currently work for Hennepin County. In the past, I've worked for private corporations like Best Buy and Target. I've also worked for Microsoft and Accenture. I've been a consultant. I've been a full-time employee. 20 years, I've had the opportunity to do almost all of those things. And so I really like to get into some of this content because I like to bring the real world experience to you, not just the things you're going to read about in the textbook, but I like to help you understand how it applies in the real world, which is where we're going to spend most of our time. So with that said, if you look at the syllabus, my email address is there. Now that I've shared my email address with you, I would ask that you do not contact me via email. If you do, the email will likely get lost, or I won't see it, or it'll get buried in all the Metro State email that goes out. So the best way to communicate with me is in the private discussion forum. You've already been added to a group. If you post there, I will be the only person who sees it, and we can have private conversations in that forum, and that is the easiest way for me to find questions that you have regarding the course. Office hours, I'm available only online. I have scheduled conversations with students when they absolutely need to talk to me, but most of the time the private discussion forum works best, and I log in at 9 p.m. each night to take a look at the discussion forum and see if there are any questions or communications that students need from me. And then I grade papers every Sunday morning at 9 a.m. So 9 p.m. and 9 a.m., that's when I'm online. But I also encourage you to work with each other. Try to post your questions in the public forum, and also try to answer questions that other students have, because participation is part of this course, and the more you help the other students in the course, the higher your participation grade will be. So, course description. You can read this. I'm not going to read it word for word, but essentially in this course, we're going to learn more about the role of information systems in organizations, and then we're going to spend time talking about the roles of IT staff and end users who develop and maintain the systems, right? So in IT, you basically have people, processes, and technology. And we are going to talk about the roles of the people and the processes. We're going to talk about how those things come together to develop and implement technology in an organization. I know a lot of you probably don't know how something goes from a great idea that somebody has to an actual product or a piece of software that somebody can use. In this course, we're gonna help you understand how something goes all the way from idea through implementation. All right, prerequisites are MIS 100. I trust that you've had that. The textbook is Business Driven Information Systems 4th edition, and you can purchase a used copy of this book. You do not need a Connect license. All of our quizzes will be in D2L. We will not be doing anything in Connect. Used copy of the book is fine. I want you to save as much money as humanly possible, and Dr. Bond as well. So you do not have to purchase a new version of the book, and definitely you do not need Connect for this course. All right. Schedule I have posted, and the biggest thing you need to be aware of in the schedule is the deadlines and due dates. I do not accept late work. I want you to hand your work in on time. I do not expect your work to be perfect. I do expect it to be handed in on time. I do not expect you to fail the course if you miss one quiz or one tutorial assignment, but you will fail the course if you continuously do not do your quizzes and tutorial assignments on time, right? So I do not accept late work. Do your work on time. I know life happens. I know things come up. I know that houses catch on fire. I know that kids are sick and need to go to the doctor. I know that you might have to go to the doctor. I know that, God forbid, people in our families even pass away. I understand all of that. And deal with life first. Life is more important than this course. If you are dealing with life and you miss one assignment or even a couple of assignments, even if you get a 0 on that assignment, you are not going to do poorly in this course. You will have problems in this course if you're constantly missing assignments, right? If you keep missing your assignment, you never hand them in on time, you're always trying to get me to accept them late. That's why I don't accept them late. So just do your work on time. You'll be fine. And as things come up, even if you take a 0 here or a 0 there, you're still going to be okay. It's the pattern of constantly missing and handing in things late that'll get you in trouble. All right, so what are some of the big assignments in this course? The one first right out of the gate will be your administrative assignments and interview with an IT professional. And on the interview with an IT professional, you are going to have to find somebody who works in information systems, and project manager or business analyst is best. I say this over and over and over and over again. And then students will still go out and find somebody that does desktop support, or somebody who manages an Access database, or somebody that does a lot of work with Excel spreadsheets. And while that might get you through the interview assignment, it's really going to hurt you when it comes to the PIR assignment. So if you can, try to find a business analyst or a project manager. Those are best. Technical architects are also good. Developers are okay. Support people, trust me, don't do it. I know you're going to try, but just don't do it. Okay? So that's the interview with an IT professional. Administrative assignments. Those are smaller assignments to help you get oriented to the course. Then we have the readings and quizzes. Those are big. There are 9 quizzes. Just do them and do them on time and you'll be fine. Tutorial assignments, I believe there are only 5 of those. Again, do them and do them on time. You need Microsoft Office to do them. As long as you have Microsoft Office, great. And if you don't have the latest version of Microsoft Office, we have it on campus in the computer labs. Sneak in there for one day on the weekend and you could probably knock out all 5 tutorial assignments. So do what you have to do to get access to a computer to complete the tutorial assignments. They're not that difficult. But if you contact me at the last minute and tell me you can't do it because you have a Mac, or you just weren't able to get access to a computer with the right version of Microsoft Office, I won't accept that as an excuse. Participation is 5% of the grade. We are not going to do the case studies in this course. So I grade participation based on your participation with your team, your participation on the discussion forum, how you help others resolve issues, the questions you put out there, the responses to other questions. Just get involved and participate. You'll be fine. Then the biggest part of this project is the post-implementation review. So after we do our interview with IT professionals, I will divide you into teams. This is a team assignment similar to an IT project. You're going to put together a project plan with a schedule. You're going to identify the roles and responsibilities of the people on your team. And then you're going to work with one of the IT professionals that have been identified. And you're going to learn more about their post-implementation. So you're going to take a project that they've implemented in their company and you're going to learn about the process that they went through to implement that project. You're going to learn about how they do IT governance and decide whether it's going to be a project or not, whether or not they're going to get funded or not, whether they will get resources assigned or not, how they develop their requirements, how they prioritize, how they actually get to training and implementation. You're going to learn all of those things. And the biggest thing on the PIR project, again, get the assignment done on time and work with your team, because we are going to do peer reviews. And if your peers say that you're not pulling your own weight, even if the team gets an A on one of the reviews, it's possible that you will get a C, Okay, I weigh heavily based on feedback from your teammates. So get feedback from the people on the team. I take it into consideration. As long as you pull your own weight and you're responsive and available, you should be fine. Okay, enough of that. Participation we've talked about. Written assignments, typically you need to hand those in a Word format and hand them in on time via Dropbox. Do not send them to me in email. I will not see them. Okay. And incompletes, there are no incompletes in this course, so if you're going to drop out within the first couple of weeks, but there are no incompletes. So show up, do your best, or drop out, but there will not be any incompletes. And then late works, I do not accept late work, so anything that is past the deadline will receive a score of 0. If you had some incredibly valid valid excuse, like you were at a funeral or something. I mean, again, I know that stuff happens, but if I do accept your assignment late, the highest score you're going to get on that assignment is going to be 50%. So just do the assignment on time and life will be good for everybody involved. Let's see here. We talked about participation, respect in your groups. This is an online course, but I do want you to respect each other. When people have ideas, listen to them. Maybe some will be valid, some will not, but I expect you to listen and show respect to the people on your team. Plagiarism, if I find it, you'll fail. And let's see here. You can check the academic calendar for drop and withdraw deadlines. Grading scale is typical. You can read more about that. If you have complaints regarding my teaching, I ask you to try to resolve them with me. But if you feel that I'm not responsive, you are free to escalate up throughout the Metro State system. It happens rarely in my courses, but it does happen, and I respect your right to escalate. All I ask is that you respect me and try to work things out with me before you escalate. And let's see here. Instructor responsibilities. My responsibility is to be responsive to you. Again, I log in every night at 9 p.m. and I grade papers every Sunday at 9 a.m. Great papers, I usually don't provide a lot of feedback, but if I can see that your team is struggling or you're just not hitting the mark, I'll spend more time and provide you with feedback. And if necessary, I'll do a phone call with you, but you have to reach out to me. It's your responsibility to reach out, my responsibility to reply back. Technology requirements, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on that. Microsoft Office is the number one thing you really need. Access to D2L and then Microsoft Office. And if you don't have it on your own computer, just use one of the computers on campus. All right, so I went through that quickly. I didn't want to spend a lot of time on it. I look forward to getting to know each of you. I look forward to seeing your introduction videos. I look forward to trying to get a couple of you to become information systems majors if you haven't decided already. If you become a project manager or business analyst, you can make really good money. I know money is not the only factor to consider when you're thinking about a career, but if you are a business major, I could tell you that a lot of IT job classes, there are a lot of IT professionals who do very similar work to business people, but the IT professionals are typically in job classes that pay higher. So for example, some places where I've worked, a person working in the business might start out making $50,000 a year because they're in the business, and someone in an IT job class doing almost the same work might start out at $70,000 to $80,000 a year just because they're an IT business analyst in an IT job class. So IT careers are really lucrative and fulfilling for those of you who have an interest. And if you think you might be interested, reach out and I'm happy to talk to you. And throughout this course, you'll be learning more about roles, responsibilities, and positions that are available. So with that said, I am going to sign off and I look forward to working with each of you. Thank you.